Protesters gathered Wednesday across the country to protest the growing influx of African infiltrators in Israel. Over 1,000 people attended the demonstration in Tel Aviv's Hatikva neighborhood, holding signs calling for the deportation of the migrants. Similar demonstrations were held in Eilat, Bnei Brak, Sderot, Ashdod, and Ashkelon. A car containing 3 African migrants in Tel Aviv was set upon by a group of demonstrators who smashed its windows and headlights. Police arrived and pushed back the rioters, and the vehicle left the area. The car's occupants were unharmed. Speaking at the rally in South Tel Aviv late Wednesday, MK Danny Danon of Likud, chairman of the Deportation Now movement, called for the immediate expulsion of African migrants from Israel. Internal Security Minister Yitzhak Aharonovich condemned the violence and said that he was calling on public officials to show responsibility and not incite, because he said we were ultimately one sector against another sector. A UN watchdog report is expected to show that Iran has installed more uranium enrichment centrifuges at an underground site, potentially boosting output capacity of nuclear work. 2 sources said the Islamic State may have placed a position nearly 350 machines since February, in addition to the almost 700 centrifuges already operating at the Fardo facility. Progress in Iran's nuclear program is closely watched by the West and Israel, as it could determine how much time it would need to build nuclear bombs should it decide to do so. Deputy Foreign Minister Daniel Ayalon released a 1-minute video as part of a new campaign titled Just 1 Minute, in which he called on the International Olympic Committee to devote a minute of silence during the opening ceremony of the London Olympic Games in remembrance of the massacre of 11 Israeli athletes at the 1972 Munich Olympics. The IOC refused to formally honor the memory of the murdered athletes, and so Ayalon is working to garner public support for the campaign, led by the bereaved families who have been working for an official commemoration for 40 years. Barcelona's youth coach, Oscar Garcia, will take charge of Maccabi Tel Aviv for the next 2 seasons. Garcia, who guided Barcelona's youth team for 2 years, was persuaded to coach a senior team for the first time by his former Barcelona teammate, Jordi Cruyff, the Maccabi sports director. 39-year-old Garcia played as a forward with Barcelona, Valencia, and Espanyol before retiring in 2005. He represented Spain up to under 23 level, but never as a full international. Supermodel Naomi Campbell celebrated her 42nd birthday on Tuesday with a trip to the birthplace of Jesus. Campbell, wearing a white shirt and black sunglasses, was flanked by Palestinian guards and her own private security detail as she toured the biblical town of Bethlehem. Campbell also visited the Western Wall in the Old City of Jerusalem. Campbell's visit to Israel and the West Bank initially sparked rumors that she was going to marry her longtime boyfriend, Russian billionaire Vladislav Doronin.